What's up, addicts? Welcome to the Fantasy Addiction Network. In this video, we are taking a look at the rookie wide receiver for the Minnesota Vikings, Justin Jefferson, out of LSU, heading into 2020. We know he's going to have a big role due to the vacated targets from Stephon Diggs. This is going to be a very interesting year for rookie wide receivers in general, but if there is one to be bullish on, I think Justin Jefferson is a good candidate. So let's kind of get into why. And we'll begin by looking at what he did in LSU last year. Absolute dominant season. Finished with 111 receptions. That is unheard of in college football. Now, obviously, coming on the back of one of the most efficient and productive college seasons in history. 1,500 receiving yards and 18 total touchdowns. Absolute beast. You could even argue that he wasn't even the best receiver on this team with Jamar Chase there as well. Played the majority of his role in the slot, so that is something to note as well. With the way the Vikings played with a lot of two tight end sets last year, they played a lot of games where they didn't have many slot receptions. So the biggest concern here that we're hearing right now is Justin Jefferson able to adapt and play on the outside? Is he truly just a slot receiver? And it's not to say that they couldn't put him in the slot. They do have Tajay Sharp, they have Olabishi Johnson there. So I do think that he'll still get to play a good bit in the slot, even though they don't run a lot of three wide receiver sets. So as this season develops, we've already talked about with Kirk Cousins, with the potential for Dalvin Cook to still hold out. This team may have to switch to more of a pass-centric offense anyway. So I think expecting this offense to be a mirror spitting image of what they were last year is a bit of a misguided approach to projecting the Vikings. So I don't really look at those concerns with too much negativity or downside towards Justin Jefferson. I think the biggest hit is the same hit for every rookie receiver, is the amount of practice time that they missed with the lack of rookie mini camps and just jumping straight into full-blown training camp. It is difficult for receivers to become acclimated to the NFL as is, and with the massive gap of time that they had to develop with their quarterbacks that rookies usually get, it's going to be really hard for rookie wide receivers, to perform right out of the gate in 2020, just due to everything that happened this year. But that doesn't mean that he can't get into the rhythm, and will most likely all rookie wide receivers are going to start off a bit slow and should be able to be more productive as the year goes on. But that being said, none of these guys are going really early in drafts, so these are the kind of players that you can stash on the back of your bench, or at least keep an eye out on the waiver wire for a while, and could be massive producers over the back half of the season, especially with injuries, obviously, but even without, I think Justin Jefferson can carve out a pretty significant role as the season goes on. So last year he finished with a 21.9% college target share. That's only 47th percentile, so he was able to do the massive amount of damage that he did on the field without even receiving, a massive target share. Finished with 15 yards per reception. Again, 55th percentile. Nothing really massively outlierish here at this point. 30% dominator rating, pretty good. Breakout age of 19.6, that's 75th percentile. Really good speed score as well, 104.9, which is one of the more correlating stats to NFL production. 91% catch rate, though. That is really good at the receiver position. And as we mentioned with Stephon Diggs leaving town, a couple other guys leaving us with 110 vacated targets. There's plenty of extra targets to go around. Plus, if we're expecting this past game to have to increase their workload, throw the ball a bit more, there is a big enough slice of the pie for Justin Jefferson to have fantasy production. I just think it's going to come more so in the back half of the year. Right now, we have him projected for 60 receptions, 770 receiving yards, and 5 total touchdowns. I do think his upside is a little bit limited, just based on the fact that I don't think that he is going to be too productive in the first half of the season. And even if this team does tick up in passing volume, as long as Adam Thielen is there, he doesn't really have the opportunity to take over as the number one receiver outside of any injuries happening. So with the, looking at guys like Jalen Reagor, who I think could clearly be the best receiver on the team this year, I think that is going to limit the upside for a guy like Justin Jefferson, but he could still be a very valuable fantasy asset over the back half of the season. So someone you want to keep in mind in the later rounds, especially in best ball leagues. And that's our take. What do you guys think? Hit me up in the comments section below. Also hit that like and subscribe button for more videos. Finally done with these player breakdowns, so we're going to get into strategy videos for the upcoming season. We're about a month away from the start of the NFL season, so draft season is definitely upon us. Hoping to get a full season this year. We'll keep monitoring the news and let you guys know if anything else comes up, but we thank you guys for joining us in these, and we'll see you in the next video.